Let's talk muffins on this tale from the Baseball Thesaurus. There are tons of great names in the annals of baseball history for star players. I mean, true superstars, meal tickets like Carl Hubble, cash cows, those headline performers. But there are also great names in baseball history when it comes to the worst players on the team, the players who aren't very good. The great scouting story, KP, he can't play. At NP, a non prospect, a JAG, just a guy. There's the All American out, the Humpty Dumpty. All of these great terms to describe players who just aren't that good, or at worst are really, really bad. And they stand out amongst their peers. If they have to sit on the bench for a while, they're a rider of the lonesome pine. You can understand why they'd be a bench warmer. They're in the doghouse. The manager does not want them to see the field. They're a scrub. They're a scrubini. They're a second stringer. They're an irregular rather than a regular. They're a bench polisher. They're a caddy, a dub, a rinky dink. And that brings us to muffin. So let's go back to Henry Chadwick and all the way back. I mean, all the way back. We're going to go back into the 19th century. 1857, the term muffin dates back to. Henry Chadwick wrote about it in 1868 and said, "This is the title of a class of ball players who are both practically and theoretically unacquainted with the game. Some muffins, however, know something about how the game should be played, but cannot practically exemplify this theory. Muffins rank the lowest in the grade of the nines of a club, the list including first and second nine players, amateurs, and lastly, muffins. The first nine, your starters. The second nine, the reserves. The amateurs, the players who aren't getting paid to play. And then the muffins. But at this time, the muffins would get games in, because after the regulars were done playing, they would hold a muffin game for everybody's amusement, and all of the muffins from each side would play one another. And from muffin, that is where we now have the term muff, which has made its way from sport to sport, especially football. A muffed punt, for example. A muff is a drop. A muffed catch comes from the muffins. And yes, they were known to muff a ball or two. In today's Tale from the Baseball Thesaurus, I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler.